Welcome to SSR Pharma Media, your trusted source for pharma knowledge. Decode the pharmaceutics MCQs made simple. Today we are going to discuss about part 2, drying. Prepare, practice, succeed. So drying part 1 already we have discussed last video. Theories of drying, equipment for drying. Today we are going to see the part 2, equipments for drying and then important questions. So dryer, selection of dryer selection. So most expected questions from the dryer selections and we will see. So material type and requirements. For example, powders or solids like methyl cellulose is example. So for drying of these powders and solids, mainly we select the tray dryer. So it's because it's a simple and uniform drying. And like thermolabile substance like vaccines. So vaccines are dried under the spray dryer because it's a rapid drying and less degradation. And biological, for example, plasma and antibiotics. So it's dried under the freeze dryer. So because of the low temperature protection. And in a hygroscopic and heat sensitive material, so vacuum dryers are used for drying this hygroscopic and heat sensitive substance because it's a low boiling point. Liquids and slurries. So for the drying of liquids and slurries, drum dryers are used. So because it's direct contact drying takes place. Continuous liquid or powders, to convert into powders, so we use spray dryer because of the instant conversion. For granules drying, fluidized bed dryers are used and it's because efficient fluidization. So next is the dryer selection mechanism based classifications. So the mechanism of drying: conduction, convection, atomization, sublimation, reduced pressure. So conductions, drum dryers are working under the conduction principle. Convection principle, tray and fluidized bed dryers are working. For atomization, spray dryers are working under atomization principle. Sublimation, so freeze dryers. Reduced pressure, so vacuum dryers. So these are all the principle. According to the principle, the dryers are working. So examples of dryer equipments. So next is the important one-liners. Drum dryer's capacity directly proportional to surface area of the drum. Spray drying first step is atomization. Freeze drying is equal to sublimation process. That means freeze drying means it's also called a sublimation process. Vacuum dryer, reduced pressure operations. Fluidized bed dryer, it's mainly used only for granules. Spray dryers, it leads continuous process. It's a one-liner, important point under the drying process. So next is the high yield concepts are porous product formation. So it is example freeze dryer and produces porous cake. It leads rapid dissolutions. So not suitable for sticky materials are fluidized bed dryers are not suitable. Reason: sticky principle cannot fluidized. Droplet size control in spray dryers controlled by atomizer, so affects particle size. Multifunctional equipment is a fluidized bed dryer can perform drying, mixing, granulation. So which dryer is most suitable for drying methyl cellulose? So option C, tray dryer. So methyl cellulose is a powder or solid nature, hence tray dryer is preferred. Drying capacity of a drum dryer depends on option C, surface area of drum. Which dryer is most suitable for thermolabile materials like vaccines? So option B, spray dryer. So spray dryer allows rapid drying, leads minimal thermal degradation. Spray drying involves which step first? So option C, automation. So first step is automation of liquids to droplets. Which dryer works on the principle of sublimation? So option C, freeze dryer. So freeze dryer is equal to lyophilization to sublimation below triple point. Which dryer is used for solutions, suspensions and slurries? So option B, drum dryer. So drum dryer is ideal for liquid feeds like milk and starch. Fluidized bed dryer is mainly used for, so option B, granules. Which dryer is best for hygroscopic and heat sensitive drugs? So option B is the answer, vacuum dryer. For this explanations below this questions. Which dryer is used for continuous drying of liquid into powder form? So option B, spray dryer. Spray dryer converts liquid to fine powder continuously. Which dryer is commonly used for plasma and antibiotics? Option C, freeze dryer. So biological requires low temperature drying, leads freeze dryer. Which dryer gives porous and easily soluble product? So option B, freeze dryer. So freeze drying produces porous cake, leads to rapid reconstitutions. Which dryer is not suitable for sticky materials? So option C, fluidized bed dryer. In spray drying, droplet size is controlled by, so option B, atomizer. So atomizer type determines droplet size, it leads particle size. So which dryer is used for mixing, drying and granulation? So option B, fluidized bed dryer. It is used for multifunctional equipment. Which dryer operates under reduced pressure? So answer under the comment box. So join our WhatsApp community, you will get hands-on material, and you check in the YouTube and you see the playlist, you will get number of previous videos. Thank you. Like, subscribe and share.